Howdy do, monkeys. I had forgotten I'd put that there. That, swear to God, and that kind of, yeah, creeped me out. All right, so today we're gonna continue my theme of taking beautiful Harley Davidsons drilling holes in them. It's becoming kind of a fetish, really. All right, let's do the vroom vroom and we'll be back. So a lot of you out there know that I ordered a DK Customs external breather kit a while ago, and evidently I ordered the wrong one. There was no way to know on the website it was the wrong one, but I ordered the wrong one. They have graciously corrected me to show me my incompetence. Anyway, the customer is no longer right. Anyway, so it would not fit my S&S intake because the banjo bolts, no clearance, you're supposed to drill, and remember a lot of you out there were like, this is what I did and how I did it. So the kit that I originally bought from DK, that was like 60 bucks, I ended up using on my 14 Heritage twin cam because it actually worked perfectly on the S&S intake on that bike. Here, I'll show you that real quick. So, remove some stuff real quick. All right. So you see here, it just worked perfectly for what they had because they already had these breather bolts, you know, sticking down these fittings. So I was able to just use their hose clamps and the filter here, which is not a permanent solution because, as many of you pointed out, you really need a catch can, right, for that to be right. Otherwise, oil's going to get all over the motor. So I've ordered 2 catch cans from Revzilla last night, some nice looking ones. And those will be here whenever the hell they feel like showing up. And we'll use those, one on that one and one on this one. Although I've read some people saying you need one for each cylinder and you should really run 2 separate. I don't know. Someone out there tell me what you think. I mean, I saw a dude said that it doesn't work right really unless each cylinder, each head has its own breather and catch can. I don't know. Now we're getting ridiculous. Anywho, this time I decided to make my own kit because I don't want someone to tell me I'm incompetent again. So I just ordered, on a lot of your advice out there, I ordered the correct hose and the correct fittings and and for $102 I got, which sounds like a lot, but stick with me. I got a section of hose, 3 elbow fittings, an extra, a T fitting in case and a filter. The filter I got's a single inlet because I was going to run it down to the bottom of the bike. And when I was doing all that, trying to find the right fittings, I ended up ordering the wrong fittings. So last night I had an epic failure and said, well, hell, so I ordered the correct ones from Amazon. But then today I'm impatient, and the Amazon stuff ended up being delayed a day, so now it'll be here tomorrow. So I went to, God forbid, Ace Hardware, because I just, no one has stuff anymore. Man, when I was a kid, I remember going to True Value or whatnot with my grandfather, and they had everything. I swear there was a magic room in the back where they'd make it if you didn't have it. And I figured Ace Hardware was my last best chance. I searched all the big box stores and no. So I went to Ace and they had it. They had the brass fittings I needed and whatnot. So hold on, un momento, por favor. I yesterday had taken my backing plate and trying to figure out how to fill those ports that are inside, trying to figure out how to fill those up so that nothing could ever get in there. I know a lot of you said that you ran a set screw into the port there with some Loctite, but I was like, that's fine and dandy. I'm thinking, what if that set screw comes out? I know it shouldn't, but what if it comes out and it gets up sucked into the intake and, I just don't want that. So what I did is I found perfect sections of wire, insulated wire, that were exactly the right radius as that port that's run through the backing plate. Now it's not pretty, but so I was able to actually coat that wire in 3M industrial adhesive. If you need to know which one, I can find it off the tube, but I had it. I mean, this stuff will glue anything anywhere. dipped that wire in that, ran that into the channel, and then kind of, you know, smoothed it out on the ends, and it's going to solidify. It's like, what in the hell is up with the wild animals biting me? So now those channels are, it ain't coming out of there. And then I did get my fittings. I used my tap set, which is this is a 1/8 27, I believe, is the tap. I honestly had never used a tap set before. That was pretty funny. I don't know how I've escaped that my whole life, but I enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure Miss Monkey's gonna come home from her mother's house today and find that I have just tapped and threaded the whole house. That was a blast. I'm just gonna start drilling holes and tapping, because that was fun. That's my new favorite thing to do in the garage. I'm weird, I know. So anyway, so now I've got my fittings on. The backing plate's ready to go back together and go on the bike, and then I'm just gonna route the hoses. So, yeah, so I'll be back in a minute when I kind of figure out what it is I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna use the filter that I ordered for now, because that catch can won't be here for a few days, but I'll do what I got, because this bike's got to roll this weekend. The Ultra will not be back from the shop, I'm sure, because I had to order that clutch cable. I'm sure the Ultra won't be back before when I need it on Sunday. So I gotta have this thing running. So, all right, we'll be back in a minute. Critical failure. I mean, like I'm gonna have to get a new intake kind of failure. You know, when I was coming home from Ace, feeling good. I'm like, man, they had what I needed. This is gonna be wonderful. Now I looked down and I saw a Chevy Impala sitting next to me, and Chevy Impalas are bad omens. Any out there got one? I don't know. I mean, especially brand new ones. If you go out and buy a brand new car and buy an Impala, anyway, lady next to me was eating a bowl of cereal while driving an Impala. To me, that's an omen for badness, and it was right, because. Oh, okay, I'll just show you. Son of a. It won't clear the head. Huh? Front or rear? Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's no space in it. So I would need to have done from the bottom of the plate and done straights instead of elbows. God damn. All right, so I get to spend some money today on a new intake. And I guess I'm riding the Heritage on Sunday, because can't exactly stick this guy on with big holes sticking out the side. Spraying oil everywhere I go. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Well, nonetheless, if you don't, I'm glad I had this problem for you guys. If your heads don't look like this, i.e. if they aren't sticking out, look at the twin cam, all right? You know, twin cam, you got good clearance, you know, it wouldn't be a problem. But when you get, at least on this 117, I don't have the 114 to look at, it's at the shop, otherwise I would take a look. But I don't know if this is a 117 thing or what it is, but his head sticks out so far past the throttle body. Man, I never even thought of that. I'm dead in the water on this one. So I'm gonna have to go find an intake, get it ordered, because I've ruined this one. Well, I promised you'd see me fail a lot on this channel, and I have delivered on that promise. You get to see tragedy firsthand here. Anyway, so today I have delivered the, coming later, the lighting, or most of it, for the rear end of the Ultra that I'll do, and that's here. Can you tell that I'm like winded, I'm so upset. That's $340 I just ruined. Maybe I can get just a, I don't know, I'll have to get creative. But it gives me an excuse to get a new intake. Anyway, so the lighting's coming for the quick release project on the Ultra. Ultra's not here though, so you know, nothing I can do about that. So I guess I'll stitch this together. But anyway, guys, this is how you would do it. I will do this still. So how you would do it is I started with several drill bits to kind of open the hole up outside, because this outer housing here is you know, hard plastic. So I did a pilot and then got a little bigger and bigger. Needed an 11/32 drill bit to make the holes, and then you need, what is it? A 1/8 27 thread tap, and then your 3/8 barbed end 1/8 fittings will be fine. If you have this intake, do straights, not elbows, and from the bottom, and you'll be all right. But now that I've drilled this one, I've pretty well ruined it, unless I want to plug it and then but I'm not going to do that. That's just not how I roll. I'm not going to plug the hole I made and re-drill it and get straights and all that crap. But I got to get an intake anyway. So maybe I'll get that new Tribute cover S&S or something like that. Oh Lord. And then you would run hoses from the fittings, you know, just right on there, and you would you know, clamp those on, and then either do a flow through filter, which again oil's going to come out, or you put a T in those lines straight down to a catch can, you know, and there you go. So I'm going to let me get online, order a new intake. I'll let you know what I ordered, and then I'll see what the plan could be for the future. Maybe I will, whenever the new one shows up, you know, drill and tap from the bottom side and do this again. But man, what a pain in the ass this has been. Elbow fittings won't fit the Milwaukee 8 heads, guys. There you go. There's the lesson of today. That, and don't drive an Impala and eat cereal while driving. All right, just so you all aren't out there crying for me, here's the plan. I've ordered an S&S Tribute stealth intake for that guy that I will or may not try to do this in the future. I don't know. But I'm just going to order a new backing plate from S&S also, and it's going to work out because I'll have a teardrop on the Ultra, and I'll put that Tribute on that guy. So we're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's all fine. But there ends today's lesson on how to take a perfectly good motorcycle and ruin it. If there's a will, there's a way. You know, you can really take your bike and make it broken. You guys are gonna stop watching. Anyway, to that point, like, comment, subscribe. See y'all later. Bye.